guys, welcome back. Episode number 11. This is the playoff version of our stats show. This is the Coyote Football Stats Show. I am Phil Morgan.
I'm Blake Grundy, and hey, guess what? Another week, first round playoff game. By district champions, 17-0.
A shutout, baby.
Means we got another game coming up.
Yes, sir.
Season's not over.
Yeah, but we get to deal with all the good things, or whatever good things.
All the good things. No, we will talk about all of the good things.
That's right. We do get to talk about all the good things.
Hey, it was rainy. The weather was nasty.
Woo.
It was cold.
Yep.
Those are not easy conditions to play in. But what I loved to see out of our boys is they persevered. They didn't quit. They didn't become discouraged.
Yeah.
But they kept battling and knowing like we have a singular focus as a team we're going to drive towards, and they kept pursuing that.
We've had a couple rough games like that where weather seems to kind of take an edge off.
Yes.
I honestly, let's be fair, when you're limited to running the ball, in a situation where the rain is keeping the ball from being able to be thrown or being able to be accurate, you're taking away a lot of our weapons, and it slows the game down, and it just becomes a very, very different game.
Yeah, well, and there can be a danger in comparing yourself to other teams, but
Sure.
to make myself, a non-team member, feel better, I looked at area scores from that night that played in similar circumstances.
There was a big one south of us.
Like Allen Louisville played, and the score was like 19-18 or 19-17. It was something really low scoring as well, where neither offense was able to do much either. That made me feel a little better,
It
right?
does.
Because it shows that the elements really were hampering a lot of teams, and teams that played on Thursday night that didn't play in the elements, their offenses operated like normal.
And it was so clear from the beginning. One of those first few pass attempts, you watch Zai he was just bringing the ball up, and as he brought the ball up, it just squirted right out of his hands.
Part of me wanted to yell, tuck rule. Incomplete pass.
Oh, man. But they came out with a victory. They're fighting hard in some of these scrappy games. It was a lot of grit. That's kind of what I just told the guys. It's like, that was a gritty win. You got, 3-0 all the way up with until 3 minutes and 50-some seconds left in the game. So great job, guys. We're going to get into the stats, but there are a couple of little housekeeping things.
There are a couple of things that we have to do first. Do us a favor, guys. Like the video.
Got to do it.
Comment on it.
Please.
Just put something on there. All that does is help the algorithm so other Coyote football lovers can find it too.
Yep.
Comment, subscribe, and ding.
You're going to make me put it in again.
Hit that notification bell.
Let's make that bell
because
ring.
we have another big game coming. The season's not over. The videos are rolling. The Coyote football train is marching along.
It's moving, baby. It's moving. There's another one I got to find. Look at you. You're taxing me here.
I'm up to 75 cents worth of
taxing me here.
Special effects. But if you guys will do that for us, that allows you to see the video. That allows our boys to have that exposure. And all it is us uplifting them. Yep. A couple of bald, goofy guys.
And you get to be a part of it.
Yeah.
By liking and subscribing and sharing and doing those things, you get to be a part of this too. So thanks for doing that. Let's run right in. Let's do it. Let's get some offense going.
Let's go.
All right, well, I'm going to start with it, right? I'm going to start with it. We're going to run right into offense here.
Let's talk about our offense.
Let's talk about our offense. There's a couple things we get to talk about.
Sure.
Listen, we've talked about this behind the scenes quite a bit. We don't need to sugarcoat. We don't need to manufacture. The reality was this was a hard game, right? It was It was fought in the trenches. The lines were key, right? Everything was happening on the line of scrimmage, and so there's not a lot of yardage to talk about. There's not a lot of passing at all to talk about.
No.
And that's the bottom line. So we're a stat-based show, and so while you want to hear about all your favorites and things like that, we have to take it as it is. And like once one parent told me, he says, "Hey, you just report the news. That's what you do." And that is literally what we try to do. We love our guys. We obviously love our quarterback. We've talked so highly of Zai. We've talked how I think about how important it is for him to bring both aspects of his games together the deeper we go in the playoffs, and how truly talented of a football player he really is. George Rogers, another kid, really talented. But
by the way, this is Phil's long way of saying we love all of these players. Yeah. But we're just gonna call it what happened in the game, and like there's no apologies needed to be made on it. Even talking with some of the players, some of the coaches, like there are always going to be games in the playoffs that you have to be able to win ugly.
Yep.
And this was one of those win ugly games. Oof. And so the stats are going to reflect that. But a win is a win, and that's what these boys care about. Yep. And where their locker room is at, knowing the character of these guys, what they care about more than getting a sticker on a helmet is they care about getting the victory.
Yeah, it's win or go home. So that's all that matters in the end.
And we ain't going home yet.
No, and we're aware of that. And a lot of the reason we're not going home is because of this one particular player.
Name him.
Jamison Adams, number 15, comes through in the clutch.
Yes.
Big time. Listen, it was a game of field position. It was a game of grit and just absolute struggle, but he comes up with he had 3 carries.
Yes, he did.
Offensive carries.
Yes.
We don't normally talk about him on the offensive side of the show here.
That's our free safety.
That's our free safety. He's doing his thing, but he came in, and all these guys, a lot of guys did things they don't normally do in this game.
Yeah.
And so three carries, got 9 yards, but the most important one was a carry for a touchdown, and that broke that lack of ability to get into the end zone. That kind of sprung the door wide open.
That opened the seal, and the touchdown's big because it comes at a crucial moment, right? There's 3 minutes, some odd seconds left in the game, and we'll talk about the play that led up to the touchdown later in the show.
Yes, we will.
But that touchdown was huge because it almost felt we were standing down on the sideline for this game, and kind of close to the action, and you could tell when that happened. You almost felt like this game's over.
Yeah, and you start to see the attitudes come out. You start to see the emotions start to come to the front from the other team, and it was a big moment. And Jamison, you capitalized. You took every opportunity given to you, and you made the most of it. And your team is moving on because of it. So number 15, you're on the board. By the way, with one of our new special stickers,
our playoff stickers. You can see right stickers. Here, black with silver Sharpie. They look good, man.
Yeah,
they look
good.
They look good. Hey, so Jamison Adams gets the only individual sticker, but we have a couple of team offensive stickers to hand out as well.
Man. Tell
the first one is we gained the edge.
Yes, we did.
We won the turnover battle. We put a couple of fumbles on the ground. We lost a couple of fumbles, but we caused 3 turnovers as well. We had 2 interceptions and a huge fumble recovery. More to come.
Ball security. Ball security. Ball security.
But we gained the edge.
Did
right?
I say it?
Ball security. And those turnovers that gained us the edge were huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But our offense was able to bide the time.
Yeah.
Bide the time and play that field position game like we talked about to put our defense in the position to make those big plays they did, to allow Jamison to get the touchdown he did, and so we gained the edge, so that's a team sticker.
Dallas Morning News had us at 6 fumbles. I don't remember 6. I counted 5, but obviously we lost 2 of them.
We only lost 2 of them.
But I don't remember 6. I know the ball was on. It was that's one of the things you see. It was
a nasty day, but that wasn't our only special sticker.
No, man, our big boys.
Our big hog mollies up front.
Listen, this is the way we saw it. This is how we're going to call this. We went back and forth today. We didn't go back and look at film like we maybe normally do, but we don't remember sacks, so we're honoring our guys. We're putting our offensive line up there. You kept your quarterback clean, and so we're giving that sticker no matter what. You guys deserve it for sure. You've had a great year. You've worked really hard, and so we're putting up that's my quarterback sticker.
Well, and at the very least, if someone comes back and is like, oh, well, they did get a sack. Okay, hey, cool. Guess what? Our offensive line was key all game long in helping to open holes. And there were a couple of big chunk plays running the ball. Yeah. There were a couple of big drives that were started that ended up stopping because of turnovers. But our O-line was critical in setting the momentum and the pace of the game. And so at the very least, they deserve to be shouted out for that.
Yeah, for real.
So either way, O-line, you guys balled out and you played so hard. I was
really
talking to someone after the game, and you could see how physically exhausted they were.
I can't imagine, man. This beating after beating after beating, just hitting each other all day, man. It was cool, though. It was great to see it. It was great to be a part of that. And that's kind of our offense. That's all we got.
That is.
That's
so,
it.
Hey, let's hear from our sponsor, and let's jump straight into defense.
Let's go.
Well, here we are. We're talking about the man.
The myth.
The legend.
Yes, sir.
Number 7, Grayson Stewart. Hey, you're going to get 3 tackles on, or 3 stickers on the night.
There you go.
7 tackles. I mixed up my numbers on our par sheet. You had 3 stickers, 7 tackles. I'm sorry, Grayson. I'm sorry for mixing that up. 7 tackles.
Please tackle him next time you
tied
see
him for 3rd on the team.
I want to see it.
See all of these threes.
I really want to see it.
You will have never seen me run so fast in my life. I may run a 4.240 running away from Grayson Stewart.
If you do, can we put a Coyote jersey on him?
And then I'm going to pull a hammy and it'll be all over. But
have to call an ambulance.
Grayson Stewart tied for number 3 on the team with 7 total tackles. You had a tackle for a loss and a sack and a giant play that we're going to talk about in a moment. A giant play, but the reality is, as we look back on the season, Grayson Stewart is involved in so many big moments.
Week after week after week, man.
And it is criminal.
This one is... Well, we can't talk about it here, but we will be talking about it, Grayson. Don't you worry.
Just Grayson, no, we are so proud of you, and we see your character and your work ethic every single week, and we see how you are a linchpin to this defense.
The football IQ.
And I can't wait till college coaches catch on and see that this is a dude they need to come get because, yes, calling him the man, the myth, the legend is fun, but he really and truly is that big and that important on the football field to us every single week.
He's a huge part to the complementary football that this defense is playing right now.
Yes.
They are playing for each other, right? There's a selfless aspect to the way these guys are playing. And while Grayson, number 7, gets 3 stickers up there, this guy's a part of it too. Number 9, Brandon Green Jr.
The Hammer. Can I call him the Hammer?
You can call him whatever. With the game he had, golly, dude, 4 tackles.
Okay.
Right? He is in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
Had a tackle for loss, a pass breakup. He's just such a strong dude. There's no amount of good we can say that will equal the level of grit and absolute just dominance he wants to bring every time he's on the field. Just can't do it.
Brandon the Hammer Green Jr. I like it.
We're getting nicknames for all these guys.
I like it. The 4 horsemen we got to. They're the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. So, hey, we're going to keep moving. I'm going to talk
squad.
I'm going to talk about number 15 again, Jamison Adams. Well, you talked about him. I get to talk about him now.
Yeah, you do.
So he got the offensive sticker. He's going to get 3 defensive stickers. Gosh. The man had 4 tackles, a tackle for a loss, an interception.
Big one. In the end zone.
Yep. And a pass breakup. The dude, clearly he was playing all over the field, both sides of the field.
Right.
Punting the ball. He was doing everything all night long. Jamison Adams, this is no joke. This is not an exaggeration. He is playing his best football of the season right now, and that's reason to be excited.
There's no question. He hit the last few games have been his best games all year, and that's what you want. You want these guys peaking right now.
Yes. As the lights are getting brighter, so is Jamison Adams.
For sure.
Dude, you're playing like a stud.
Yep.
Keep it up.
Yep, for sure. And he's not the only one.
No, he's
not.
You're
talking about the lights getting brighter. Mr. 1,000 Watt,
Come
Nathan
on.
Nicholson, number 23.
Mr.
Yes, sir.
1,000 Watt.
Listen, the guy is just again, what a quality human being out there playing this game and playing at such a high level. He's the same thing. He's getting a little bit better every week and a little bit better. These last few guys have been elevating their game.
Yes.
So with 7 tackles this week, which was tied for 3rd on the team, by the way, a tackle for loss. He had a massive fumble recovery. This was amazing. We were right down there, right on this one. And it was so hard to see. The scrum it was big. Everybody knew what was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah, there was no question what play they were going to run.
No, tush push.
little brotherly shove,
little brotherly shove right there.
But our guys were a little bit more shoving.
Oh, they shoved. It was to the point. One of the guys came up hurt.
Yes.
We're certainly not.
Condolences to that kid.
Yeah.
Right. He fought his tail off all night.
He really did.
You never like to see injuries. That's one of those deals where it's like, hey, we want to see these kids compete, and you don't want to see them get hurt. But that's how violent and important that moment was. Everybody knew what this play meant.
Yeah.
And so everyone put it on the line. And
Nathan comes up.
Yeah, Nathan comes up big.
I don't know if he forced the fumble. I don't know that anybody could tell, or if it was just
It was. I went back. I got video of it.
You did?
I did.
Okay.
It was a botched snap, and Nickerson would not be denied to that football.
Not. Number 23 gets it done. Period.
Yes, he does.
That's it. So for you get 3 stickers going up on the helmet. Great game.
Good job. Hey, I get to talk about the dude. CJ Miller, number 35. When you need him most. We talk about Jamison Adams coming up biggest in the biggest of games. CJ Miller was everywhere. He's going to get 5 total stickers. And probably my favorite play of the night, isn't even a sticker-worthy play. It was just him and his brother, him lining up outside of his brother at left tackle,
right?
And them literally pancake blocking a poor defender.
Ran him out of the back of the end zone.
He's on the back goal line, just on his back, but pop.
You see your cleats go up in the air,
and you just see Peyton and CJ just both looking down at him.
Dude, CJ,
a scary sight.
I'd say, and that's the thing. Like I watched CJ walk away from that play.
Fun.
It was, and he, when CJ's in it, his body, you can tell like from his body language.
He gets hyped. He gets a bounce.
Yeah,
he gets a skip in his step.
And the way that he's moving to and from tackles, like you can tell when CJ's in it, and he was in it for that minute.
So that wasn't a sticker-worthy play. That
sure.
was just fun. I know Clark Miller posted that on social media. That was a fun thing for them and their family to see.
Proud dad moment.
Right? It was. I know Mama was proud about that too. But
sure.
CJ's going to get 5 total stickers on the night. He led the team with 12 tackles. Wow. So that's a sticker. He had a tackle for a loss. That's sticker number 2. He's pointing out CJ's numbers. He had an interception for a touchdown.
Oh,
that's 3 and 4. And then he also had a pass breakup.
And that one right over there.
That's 5. CJ Miller showed up in giant ways. And so
big.
we talk about how Jamison Adams opened up the floodgates. CJ got that interception, and it was because
a massive hit placed on the quarterback right before the moment he let go of the ball. I mean, Grayson Stewart, number 7, comes in and literally jumps through the man's soul. Like, just jumps through. He hits him so hard.
I'm laughing because that is such an accurate way to describe it.
It was so violent. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. It's like he jumped through his soul, and the ball went just flopping, flailing through the air.
The quarterback basically was folded in half, 4 yards in the air.
It was so bad.
And like the quarterback
shouldn't be laughing.
The quarterback did everything
so awesome.
he could to get that pass off. But
They
Grayson's hurry set that up.
Oh, it did. And they sent me that video, and I'm not kidding. I'm sitting in my living room looking at this video. I replayed it 7 or 8 times just laughing. No one else is in the room. I'm all by myself just cackling at this play. But yeah, that's the second time that CJ
both of CJ's touchdowns
have been because of a hurry or a pass block on Grayson's part. Or the
first one was Grayson's blocked punt.
Grayson's blocked punt, yeah. So it was Grayson involved, and that's, again, we go back to that complimentary kind of play, right? They're both excited for each other. They're both happy. Like, Grayson makes a great play, they celebrate that, but then CJ gets a benefit of it and gets to score some touchdowns.
There's synergy among that entire defense, among the 4 horsemen. There's just it is a beautiful thing to watch, and we've talked about it, and it may feel like we just are harping on it over and over, but it's one of those deals where when you have something this great, You need to enjoy it while it's happening, because it won't be there forever. These seniors are going to move on, and that's not like me getting in the fields. It's just you celebrate the synergy because it's so cool to see.
And speaking of the seniors moving on, how fitting was it to have both CJ and Jamison scoring touchdowns?
That is cool, isn't it?
Yeah, on what's their last home game.
Yes,
it's their last home game. That's pretty hard. That's a pretty hard pill to swallow. Right, I mean, even for us as we've covered the teams, but for families, for players, and all that stuff. So what a cool way to celebrate on that final home game.
And it's such a unique weather night too.
Oh yeah,
it's a game they won't forget. These guys will not forget this game. So hey, they weren't alone. Who else was showing up?
And Alex Martinez isn't going to forget it either.
Yeah, come on.
So he was second on the team.
Yes,
with tackles, with 8 tackles on the night. And we're getting used to saying Alex's name again at the end of the season where it needs to be. And so number 99, you are rising to the occasion just like all these other guys around you.
Yes.
You are elevating your game. You're coming hard every game to bring the heat. You are really doing everything within your power to elevate your team to a win. And it's clear, 8 tackles and a tackle for loss on this last game got you guys that W. And so 99, you're on the board. I see your sticker right here. Right there, my man. Number 99.
A couple of times. Hey, not to be alone on the defensive line. All of our defensive linemen getting shouted out tonight, by the way.
Yep.
Or this afternoon, this morning, whenever you're watching the video.
Whenever you catch it.
Willie Boyd, number 90.
Willie!
He had 7 tackles. That was tied for 3rd on the team. We had 3 guys with 7 tackles. So Willie Boyd's going to get on there with a sticker. You're on here somewhere. I might be blocking you, but man, like our defense showed up big right there. Dude, These black stickers are so cool.
They're cool. I do like them.
They're so awesome. But our defense showed up big.
Yep.
That was the last of our individual defensive stickers, but we have a team one.
Team one was it's the running on the treadmill, right? This one seemed like it was going to be destined to be given out.
They're running hard.
but they're going nowhere.
Hey, we got it in sync. It only took 11 shows.
Only 11 shows. 117 yards of offense for Wilmer Hutchins.
Yes.
And it was, like I said, we knew this sticker was probably going to be a reality.
So 117 yards doesn't seem like a lot, but then when we reflect on how many first downs did they get, Phil?
4 in the whole game, bro. That's a first down a quarter. They played like the New York Giants against the Dallas Cowboys last night.
At least the New York Giants were able to score once.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it was brutal, guys. You played an incredible defensive game. Only 4 first downs on the night. Here's the thing. A lot of people are going to look at this and say, "Oh, Anna this, Anna didn't do that, or whatever." But it was a shutout where you only allowed 4 first downs. So let the haters, that's right. Let the haters say what they want. The Death Squad was real, right? The Death Squad, and again, stats don't lie. It's just it is what it is. Count them out. There you go. All 4.
Lights out, go home.
Lights out.
You only get 4 first downs against us. You're not going to win.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what happens anywhere else on the field. Like you're
not going to beat
win.
anybody. I mean, you tell me, like, you have a conversation with somebody and you tell this person that you're talking with that one team only had 4 first downs. Who do you think won the game? You're never going to pick the team that only got 4 first downs.
No.
Ever, because that's that dominant. That's that big of a deal.
It's championship level defense, and that's what you need to see as the weather turns cold. You need to see your defense performing.
And you're stepping up, guys. It looks great. It's a lot of fun to watch. We had a blast. We took advantage of sideline passes for the first time in full. Even though it was raining, it was worth being soaking wet by the end of that.
I had 2 different color jeans by the end of the night.
I know, the front versus the back where we're getting rained on. It was good. But it was worth it, guys. Thank you for what you've done all year so far.
It's not over.
It's not done, and we're excited. We're excited to get to go out and be a part of this at the next one. But
we're also not done celebrating our win on Thursday night. So we got one more section.
We got one more.
Special teams.
Let's roll into special teams. All right, here we go.
Talk about him.
Here we go.
Talk about him.
Here we go.
Talk
Come on
about
now, number 85.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Camden Schlick coming up clutch.
Yes, sir.
That 3 points, that field goal, right? I mean, we thought it was going to be. I mean, didn't you?
It was the game-clinching field goal.
I mean, I was at the point where I thought this is going to be a 3-0 game. It's going to be a 3-0 game. And I mean, listen, I didn't care how they got it, 3-0 or not.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm glad it was 17-0 in the end, trust me, but that made it feel a whole lot better. But Camden, you answered the call. You know, number 85 trots out there, and he gets an opportunity for like a 24-yard field goal, and you put it through the uprights, and you put your team on top. And that's psychologically, you understand what that does for your team, right? When you're able to do that, it puts your team on the positive side of things, and so that was great. But then when we did manage to find the end zone, you came in and you capped off those scores with beautiful points after touchdown, and both times. So you were perfect on the night, and that's what we celebrate with our kickers.
Well, it's no joke kicking on a wet field.
Ooh.
Right? Getting the footing correct and making sure your plant leg doesn't slip out from under you, making sure you get proper contact with the ball through your kicking foot. It's not easy. Mm-mm. I mean, you watched people running routes and running backs slipping on the field all night long. So the fact that he's able to come in and be perfect is no small feat.
No, it really wasn't.
Impressive.
And Camden's really shown up over the last few weeks.
Yes.
Just really, he's come to play in a great way and elevated his game as well. And so Camden, number 85, you're up on the board as well, my man. Right over there, right behind.
There he is. Let me lean so he can see.
Right behind your guy, right there. So you're on the board, man. You're on the helmet. 2 stickers, 2 times. So there it is.
Well, we got a familiar foe.
Yeah, we know
on
him.
Friday, China Spring.
We know him.
This Friday at Joshua Owl Stadium.
I ain't scared. No way, man.
7:30 p.m. kickoff.
I know our Coyotes.
Listen, this is a big game. Here's my expectation. It's that the town's going to close down, and we're going to show up.
Ain't no business need to be open. Not a single one.
You own a small business, close it, and let's go.
That's right.
And then we'll come back out on Saturday and support the small businesses.
Walmart needs to shut down. Let's go. Come on now. Like, let's get it done.
Get it.
7:30 kickoff. Joshua Owl Stadium. Is that it?
It's about an hour 45-minute drive for us.
Yeah.
An hour 25-minute drive for them. So it's not like it's some bad.
Stop
draw.
it. It is. They did it intentional. Don't you know?
Okay. What we need to do is fill our side with
pool boys.
Vuvuzelas.
The pool boys are going to feel right at home, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hey.
Pool boys. Get all your people to come out and wear purple.
That's right. Like let's elevate those people. Let's bring them in. Let's get them to come out.
A little love. They can be Coyote adjacent for a week.
I mean, listen, they're going to come out and support. I dig it. So.
Get your Vuvuzelas off of Amazon. Get your noisemakers. Come out ready to make noise.
Hey, we did. And by the way, can we just thank our fans because they rolled out in rain.
In rain, we had a good number of fans.
Yeah, we did.
I was pleased with it.
Yeah,
and,
man.
And now let's like quadruple.
And loud. And y'all were pretty loud too.
And loud.
The Vuvuzela craze hit. I'm just
sweeping
saying.
the nation.
I'm just saying it hit, and you
Sweeping
could hear
Coyote
it.
Nation. Yeah, you can.
You could hear it. You could hear it.
Hey,
So.
I will say like delay of game penalties. Part of that is because the crowd gets loud.
Yep.
And so that's something that like we can add to what happens on the field a little bit in that way.
That's
a
one
way
place
for
we
us
make
to
an
support
impact.
that.
Yep.
So we need to show up and make an impact. This is a big one.
Yeah. It's a
big
big game.
one.
They're all big at this point. Win or go
Yes.
home. So we want to go support. Hopefully you'll make the trip with us. We'll look forward to seeing you guys. We're going to be looking for you. We're going to be sitting with you. So,
We'll be
come
there.
out.
Vuvuzelas in hand. Loud as can be.
Ready to go. So we're going to do it.
Coyotes on 3.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Go Coyotes.